Hey everyone, I'm Someone from the Dark, and today I have an update video for HyperCrown to coincide with the release of HyperCrown version 0.1.4. This video is a sequel to the video that I made last month, where I replaced Sora in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix with Emperor Nero from Fate Extra. In that video, Nero had corrupted textures, but now with HyperCrown version 0.1.4, we get the correct textures. So let's go ahead and take a look at it in game. Alright, here we have it. As you can see, we still have that duplicate model in the background. That's still being worked on, but the textures are now correct. You can see the animations work just fine as well. They do look a little funky because I didn't do quite as good a job with the rigging as I probably should have. I'm going to go ahead and fix up that rigging before I decide to release the patch. But for now, you can see as a work in progress, the animations work, the textures look good. So let's go ahead and go into the dark side fight, and we'll look at a few of the other issues that the mod is currently having, and we'll also get to see how it works in combat. So you can see now that we're in the cutscene, some of the textures are kind of flashing between the correct texture and the not correct texture. What I believe has happened here is that that second model from the background, which has incorrect textures applied to the materials, is now overlapping with the character model, which is correct. You can see there's also some desync where you can actually see the two separate models. So that happens sometimes. It's mainly just graphical glitches. The gameplay is going to be fine, as we're going to see in just a moment. You can also see we flip over to Sora here with his high poly model, because I didn't bother messing with the high poly models at all. So now we'll get to see that the attacks work fine. You can do combat just like you normally would. You can see in this part of the fight, we still have those graphical glitches from the second model overlapping with the character model. So yeah, it's kind of a trade-off. Sometimes the second model's in the background and everything looks fine. Sometimes it's overlapping with the character model and you get those graphical glitches. However, it doesn't seem to affect gameplay, so everything looks good as far as the game is concerned. It's just graphical glitches. Alright, and that is the dark side boss fight. So now we're going to transition over to Destiny Islands and see how things work there. Again, you can see in this cutscene the flashing correct and not correct textures. You can also see that she'll swap between the low poly, which is Nero, and the high poly, which is still Sora. If you would like to see a tutorial on how to actually go about replacing character models with custom models, I have a tutorial video for HyperCrown version 0.1.3, the video that I made last month. The steps used in that video are exactly the same as what I used for this video. It's just that HyperCrown version 0.1.4 has some bug fixes that make the textures turn out properly, as well as a few other nice bug fixes thrown in there. Version 0.1.4 is currently available to my Dark Side tier patrons, and it will become publicly available on March 31st at 9:00 p.m. PDT. If you would like to help support this project, check out my Patreon site. The link is down below in the description. We have multiple tiers, so anything that you could help support the project with would be greatly appreciated. If you would like to come talk with me about my progress or just about anything in general, I have some links to the Kingdom Hearts modding community Discord servers that I frequent in the description. So feel free to drop in, and I'd love to talk with you guys. So in this cutscene, whenever Nero is in the picture with the low poly model, you can also see that now we have the correct textures in this cutscene. That's because in Destiny Islands, the duplicate model is in the background again. Like you can see right there. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. If you've stuck around this long in the video, thank you for your support. I would like to thank my Dark Side patrons, Stephen Walker and Sephiroth4590. I would also like to thank my Neo Shadow patrons, Tristan Watts-Willis and Crackle.